Hi everyone, it's NonnaGrace, and I am starting this video over again. I probably don't need to tell you that, but I'm telling you, I'm starting it over. I was doing a video and I didn't like the way I skipped. I actually cut some of it out and it didn't look good, it didn't sound good. And so I'm doing it over again. And this time I'm going to talk about, you don't know what I talked about last time, but I'll touch on it. I talked about I talked about the No Gain campaign that my work puts on, and what it is it's oh gosh, I got to start all over again, but I'm not going to. It's going to keep going this time. It's called the No Gain campaign, and what it is they take your weight just before Thanksgiving, and then they take your weight again after New Year's, and if you haven't gained or if you stayed the same, your name is put into a drawing. Well, because of keto, I actually lost 2 pounds. My name was put in because I did qualify, and my name was drawn, and I got 2 tickets to the Gala. The Gala, each ticket is about $100 per ticket, and they're giving these away. So my husband and I will be going to the Gala, which is a real fancy dress up. It's a black tie formal, or you can dress up in the 60s, 70s, or 80s clothes. And I'm not sure if I want to do that. If I do that, I would like to look more like what Lucille Ball used to wear in her shows, because her dresses, that when she was dressed up, she looked really, really nice. And I like girly dresses, and she used to wear girly things. Someone asked me, and I don't remember quite who, but they asked if I had a cuckoo clock. Talk about the cuckoo clock. It's cuckooing. Could you hear it? I don't know if you could hear it or not. But I also have a grandfather clock. Right on cue. I tell you, it was the quarter hour, so it's only going to do a short song. It goes on the quarter hour, half hour, and at 45 minutes, and then the full hour it will do the full song and then the chimes. But my cuckoo, why did the cuckoo clock do so many cuckoos? It must be running slow. But anyways, I do have a cuckoo clock. Now my cuckoo clock came from Germany. When my brother-in-law was in the military, he was stationed in Germany, and he bought a cuckoo clock and brought it back, and that's the cuckoo clock that I have. So it's a pretty old cuckoo clock. And the grandfather clock that I have, my husband and his father actually built this grandfather clock. And they had cut the tree down, they had dried the wood, and they had taken it up to the school to plane, because they didn't have the machine to put it through to make it nice and smooth. And they built this beautiful grandfather clock, and so we've got the grandfather clock because my husband helped build it. Let's see what else. Oh, and I talked about the little girl that was in school. I have a little girl she's so darn cute. She's nonverbal, and she wanted to see inside my mouth. So she takes her little fingers and she was pulling on my jaw as hard as she could. And so I said to her to say, "Open." And you really have to coax her. So she did say, "Open." And that's how she says it. Open. It's kind of, she doesn't close her lips. It's more like in the throat where she's saying the open. And she looks in my mouth and she's checking around and she's really, really looking at the teeth. And then I told her to open her mouth, and she opened her mouth, and I looked around and I looked at her teeth, and she's got really nice teeth. And then she wanted to see in my mouth again, so she was pulling on my jaw again, and I told her, no, you have to say open. So she goes, open. And I open my mouth when she speaks. She's learning how to say words little by little. She is, I believe, autistic. Some of the kids have not been diagnosed, and some kids have. And I believe she has been diagnosed, and she's just now starting to say words, which is nice, because she had one day she bumped her knee and she actually said boo boo, which she had never done before. When they get a little ding, they don't even say anything. You can tell they must have hurt, but they don't say anything. But this time she did. Well, I think that's about it for tonight. I can't believe the cuckoo clock cuckooed right on cue, and the grandfather clock that bonged right on cue, as if I had timed it just right. Well, heaven only knows, things happen here randomly. But I will say goodbye, and I'll talk to you again in another time. So, bye-bye. Okay, I think this one's better. I'm hoping.